Alright, I'm just gonna go through this really quick just to tell you a little about myself. I didn't practice any of this, and I'm gonna hold the camera up like this because I have no way of posting it up anywhere. And like I said, it's just gonna be. I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible. It shouldn't last over 5 minutes, if that. It's not much at all. But here it is. That's page 1. Okay. It's only a page and a half. And I'm sweating because there's no AC. And I'm at a boarding home. And there's no AC. And it's summertime, so I'm sweating. Alright, I said I wouldn't do this because it's very scary for me. I'm in a mental jail, and I consistently hide behind a smile and behind every breath I take. So behind the songs, the comments, the likes, lies true exhaustion from a woman who's lonely and basically have no hitters, I'm gonna say, right? No hitters. I'm made out to be some hypocrite or deemed as not good enough, and in most times, not even good enough for my own word. Some of my best music was written in my past, and now I'm currently not creating. And I'm not creating because my life took a turn for the worse, and I battled with depression and isolation, and I learned to talk to myself, and essentially became my own best friend. And honestly, that's what kept oxygen in my lungs, so I'm not really too embarrassed about it. And that came later. But truth be told, this industry hyped everyone up around me, except for me. I never had intentions on being something I wasn't. One being an internet sensation. When I was 19 years old, I found Nicki Minaj on the internet on MySpace. I knew she'd be in my life. And so I just make up like little scenarios with people I talked to, people in Skype in LA, or, whoever I was calling when I was 19 years old. And around this time, I was creating my mixtape. And I had got like, it was an EP, but I didn't know exactly what an EP was back then. I thoroughly understand what it is now. So, I had enough for an EP, but because I wasn't really sure what an EP was, I was writing more songs than necessary. So I think I had like a total of 8. And but they were very personal, and it showed like a range, you know what I mean? There was no there was a theme, but there was a theme. It definitely was a theme. It was my life, But yeah, I around that time I was writing my mixtape, and I reached my weight goal of 117, and I think I was trying to get down to 115. I was trying to drop 2 more pounds, and yeah, I'll get into that later on. I'm not gonna get too in depth about my life because people talk. And like I said, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite about anything. Not that I can be. All I do is tell the truth. But when somebody's trying to overlap you, it gets really hard. And I'm not here to be a rat or a snitch or, because we all know what happens to those kind of people. Really. But yeah, let's move on, please. I said, so I'd make up scenarios about her, but long story short, I'm not 19 anymore. I did that when I was 19, and right now I'm a 27-year-old woman looking for love and acceptance, and for a voice to be heard here and across the atlas. Songwriting is how I deal with pain, and as Kanye, my hero, would say, inevitably, it's my lies and my proof. I had dreams of becoming a model also, and just as Nikki, I did with Jasmine Sanders. And at the age of 22, I was offered a contract with Elite, but I was being hospitalized a lot, and and I was living in a constricted environment. Along with weight gain and forced maintenance, I was unable to make that dream come true. My friendships, my relationships were all centered around my peace of mind. And my friendships, my relationships, and my peace of mind was all centered around what I brought to the table musically, physically, and mentally. I was drawn to others with abilities to create goals and chase after them. But with that lies expectations, neglect, and sometimes hate. Since I was 17, I was trying to impress people, and it ultimately got me nowhere in life. Zero. Even when trying to impress myself, it just got me nowhere. You may look at my page and think there's no work ethic. But I just really want you to know I come from a long line of misfortune and hurt. Okay? So, and it's misfortune and hurt from these same worth ethics you speak of. Fully applying yourself 100%, 110, 2,000%, and it just slips out your fingers, or it disappears, or it just gets shot up, like pop, 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 your whole work, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? And that hurts. That hurts. What if you did a painting, and I take a bucket after you're finished, and it's your greatest masterpiece you've ever came up with, and you sit it on the floor for it can dry, or you sit it on the canvas so it can dry, and I just take a water while it's wet and just splash just your whole painting, you would be distraught. And as such as I was distraught when I'd work for things, whether it's weight wise or my songs. I don't have the lyrics to my mixtape songs. It's all memory. So, when you hear a lot of songs that's not finished, or I don't, it's really because I lost the lyrics to my songs. I don't know where they are. I do know where they are, but you just gotta move on. So I'm just saying, yeah, I've tried to impress people with these same worth ethics, and I've tried to impress myself, and it got me nowhere. And I tried to impress people multiple times to gain acceptance and love. And like I said, I got hurt ultimately trying to go out my way to get people to like and love me and accept me for who I am, other than what I look like, or other than my ability to create, or other than my and I know with mentally, you just like mentally, if you have like a mental connection with someone, wouldn't you like that? And yeah, you would like that. But when that mental connection is abused or shoved in your face, like we have I don't know, I don't like when my freedom is being my free will. I don't like when free will is taken out the picture. You know what I mean? So. And like I said, I'm only going to touch the surface. I've tried to, look, again, I'm 27, and I really have no one to turn to, and I went from being an artist, a musical artist, a songwriter, to a model, to an A&R, to a scout, and just an overall entertainment, or should I say, social media enthusiast, right? Whatever. And I also have a passion for fashion. Yeah. So again, my name is Stephanie Moy, and this dream is eating me alive. Shout out to Kanye. Bye.